Hello everybody, here I am your commentator today, Will, and we are here in Kota, otherwise known as USA for some people, and yeah, this is the INL Season 4 Division 1 Round 5 here, sorry. So just gonna get underway with everybody here in qualifying. Not sure what's going on with the game sound. Let me just try and figure it out. There we are. Game sound is now fixed. Sorry about that, everybody. But here we are then. Just seeing a few drivers come up to the line now, starting their laps at this very, very complex track here in the USA. So just going to go through a few facts about the track. So obviously it is a 20-turn track, each of them as difficult as each other. We should see pole times in the 29s, maybe, if drivers are confident enough around here and good enough, maybe pushing into the 28s. We'll certainly like to see that, obviously promoting really good racing here. Just seeing drivers starting their laps now, going up to turn 1. We have NSX Justas with us here, and this is a track where you can lose and gain time very easily and also invalidate, as drivers are now just in sector 1, as people like to call it, the S's, just going through 3, 4 and 5 and 6. And their drivers have a tendency to actually be locking up around this track, invalidating around this track, around that section of the track, especially, as of how strict the limits are around here. But yeah, as I was saying, you've got 20 very fast and complex turns here, and then coming with that, you also have two very nice DRS straights, very generously long. You have the start-finish straight, which goes from the sharp turn of turn 20 all the way up to turn 1. That provides some very, very, very good pace advantage if you have the DRS and slipstream, which is very crucial around this track here. As we see Assassin, the first guy across the line, going with a 129.8. Arcolo now going with a 128.9, the Ecos driver. There's currently a yellow flag in sector 2, but that is only because we have a McLaren letting someone through. Now I'm just going to get everything up for everyone here. So yeah, just going off of that, then we currently have Arcolo in pole with a 128.9, so looks like that's going to be the boundary for people to beat. As we go through the qualifying session here, we will start to see people's fuels being shaved down, people being more pushy within their laps as they have less to lose. So obviously Arcolo is just leading the pack in doing so at the moment. But back to the business, going from turn 11 to turn 12, we also have another DRS straight, and that is in sector 2, and that is also a very long straight. And at the end of it, you also have a corner that we will see a lot of overtakes going into, which is turn 12. Turn 12 is also a corner which you can go quite deep into, so we can expect a couple of moves going into there, which would be lovely to see, as everyone loves to see lots of overtaking to make the race exciting. But back to the league instead of the track now. We're just going to go on to the driver standings here. So currently we've only been through 4 races, our previous race being Australia, and the person taking maximum points in that race was NSX Montana, who currently has not set a lap. He is in the Williams car, as we are actually with his teammate at the moment, NSX Justas, who's on a 129.5. Montana has been storming in the championship, pretty much taking almost every single point you can take out of every single race. Spain 26 points, Russia 26 points, France, the only race he did not take fastest lap was France, and he still got 25 points out of that, and Australia 26 points again. So we currently have a very nice lead there from Montana. And then down in P2 in the championship is the guy we were just on with, and that is NXS Justas, who has taken 18 points from Spain, 12 points from Russia, 20 points from France, and 20 points from Australia. And that means there is a 33 point gap between P1 and P2 in the championship. So there we have it. There's two Williams drivers on top of the standings at the moment. Now let's just go on with Connor, as he looks to be finishing his lap, and he's invalidated it, unfortunately. This is the harsh nature of this track. You invalidate, and it's tough. It's very tough, but this is really a driver's track, in my opinion. A track where the consistent drivers will really shine through, as we will have a lot of drivers, getting penalties, and if drivers can manage to keep it in a good time slot and keep it in a very, very good position like Wise, there is no reason at all why they shouldn't be scoring high, if they can obviously keep it out of the penalty range. But then back onto the standings. Sorry, we in P3 we have Rocco, who is actually 16 points behind third, and Rocco is in the McLaren. Currently has not set a time, but is on a lap, so we'll go on board with Rocco here. Let's see how he's doing, as he is in that obviously papaya orange, the papaya coloured car of the McLaren, but he's taken 8 points from Spain, 18 from Russia, 18 from France, and 10 from Australia. So very consistent there from the driver in P3 in the standings. And then closely followed by Rotation, who isn't starting in the race today, but has been a very consistent point scorer for Ferrari, the Swedish driver, and is only 7 points away from Rocco. And then closely followed by Daniel, who is a bit more, well, who is like literally 8 points away from Rocco, so 1 point away from Rotation. Daniel getting 18 points from the previous race, so P3, very well drove from him. And then Connor, an NSX driver who is in the Mercedes, has taken his total highest points this season in INL, is 20 points, and that is from the opening race, that is in Spain. But now let's just go through the grid a bit quicker. In P7 we have Rel Nathan, P8 Nipro Racing, P9 Iwan Bakker, P10 LR Linus, P11 Pieta TM, P12 IFR Santeri, P13 Baraka Cup Shalom, and on and on and on. And the guy in pole, Arcolo, with a 1:28.9, currently the only driver in the 28. So you see Rocco go to P3 with a 1:29 there. Sorry for missing that, ladies and gents. Arcolo is currently P16, but has only started one race, and that was in Australia, and he took 6 points away from that race. So Arcolo really hoping he can do better in this race and score some points. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's the majority of the standings. Obviously the sheet I have, it goes up to 30 drivers, and I don't think people will want to be listening to that. As we go on now, my constructor standings is a little bit glitched, so I'm not sure what's gone on there, so I cannot give you constructor standings, unfortunately. I will try my best, but I just can't see how I'm going to do this. No, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but that won't be happening. Back to the calendar, anyways. As we are on USA at the moment, our next race is actually Monaco, so we'll be going there. Obviously great historic track, so stay tuned into that next week. But as we're just going through qualifying now, Arcolo remains pole, one of the guys who has been on pole for literally this whole time in qualifying. Now, I mentioned earlier in qualifying how we would see people shaving down on the fuel to give themselves more pace advantage, etc, etc. So we will see drivers and time starting to get a lot quicker now, so expect Arcolo maybe to be knocked off pole here in a couple of minutes, as people will be going out and finishing laps, etc. I'd say the minimum time you can go out here is around 2 minutes 30-ish, for drivers, and we see Iwan Bakker, unfortunately, actually just invalidating his lap there. And now let's have a look at fitted tyres. So we have Baraka Cup Shalom in the Racing Point, who currently is on mediums, locking up there going into turn 12. But yeah, only driver opting for the alternate strategy as we speak. Obviously you have the chance to do this within the race. So yeah, the only person we're seeing on mediums at the moment, as we see Montana, current championship leader, has just gone pole only by 1 millisecond. Now that is sensational there. Going to be very close if this is anything to go by. Montana just nicking pole as mentioned, and Baraka Cup just staying where he is. Bit of a scruffy ending to his lap there. Not sure that's what he would have wanted. But there we have it. Montana is our new provisional pole sitter. Let's just go with Montana here, as he's just on his cool down lap, so we'll just follow a couple of people. I believe we'll go on with Pieta. If you want to put in your chats your predictions, please go ahead. I will not be predicting anything quite yet. I do believe in the commentator's curse, actually, so it's a perfect time just to point that out. Yeah, so let's just go on board with someone here. Now let's just go with Rocco, who's P3 in the championship, the British driver. Will he be able to improve on his time? It's currently a 1:29.1 if you round it up, and hopefully he can actually improve, getting a little bit of tail spin on the exit of turn 9 there. Heading down this long Drs straight into turn 12. This will be where we can see plenty of overtakes happening within the race. Slipstream is so strong in Kota. Just going into turn 12, taking using as much track as he can, and again through turn 14 and 13. This is a tricky part of the track. This is where you can really gain time, and I wonder if Rocco has just entered sector 3 now. I didn't manage to catch a glimpse of what his delta was, but just coming up to finish his lap now. Where is this lap going to take Rocco? We will find out, as he's just going to head into the pits, actually. Wow, I was thinking Rocco was going to finish that lap, but obviously not, as we only have 3 minutes 45 left of this qualifying session here in INL. So obviously Rocco felt like that wasn't a good enough improvement, and he could go quicker. Not sure what's happened to Assassin's lap here. He was 3 tenths up by the look of it through turn... Oh, never mind, he's actually gone quickest. I just was so oblivious there. Assassin gone quickest with a 1:28.6. And so did our Colo before Assassin, only 2 milliseconds splitting the provisional pole and P2 here. Now that is a very good time from Assassin. I'm very sorry, ladies and gentlemen, for missing that. I was just rambling on about Rocco there. But there we are. Rel Assassin currently is in P1. That is a very good lap time there from the Racing Point driver. Lots of drivers on the softs, so I'm not sure what this will mean. Obviously I haven't heard about the weather and what the weather will be. So if this is anything to point out, it's either just drivers are way more comfortable on the softs than they are the alternate strategy, obviously, of the mediums, or could we see a possible wet race? Obviously the United States is known for its mixed conditions, so we could actually see a wet race. But will we see a wet race? We'll have to find out, ladies and gentlemen, so stay tuned here. Just seeing drives coming into the pits now, and seeing some people will be just going around on their final laps now. Now we see a lot of drivers coming out now for their final runs, for their final positions and what they can take through to the race and where they'll be starting. As we see drivers just going up to start their laps. A minute left of the session as we see Rail Assassin retiring from the session, obviously feeling like his lap time is good enough, and obviously he was in the pits, so he couldn't really make an improvement on that time. Too late for him to come out, as we see Arcolo retiring as well, so they can't improve upon their laps. Now what can Montana do? We'll just keep the camera with Montana here. Now let's just try and get this gearbox glitch. It doesn't look like it's gonna go, but let's just keep it with Montana, see if Montana can actually improve on his lap and maybe steal a P1 or P2. Currently 3/10 off P1 and P2 right now. Now he's coming up to the long DRS straight from turn 11 to turn 12, just coming around turn 11 now as we speak. Where can Montana go? Obviously championship leader here for us. He's currently not up on his time, 14 milliseconds off of his time. Going through the final sector now, maybe he can gain time in here, but this isn't looking too good for Montana. Obviously P3 is a very good position to start, however I'm talking about the how much he's gaining on his time. So where can Montana go? So we're coming around the final few corners on his last attempt here to get provisional pole. What's he going to do? What is the NSX driver going to do? Going around the final turn now, takes it very well. Where's he going to go? He's going to keep where he is. He's only gone off by a tenth. Obviously, he was 3/10 away from the two in front of him, and he's just stayed where he is. What about Baraka Cup Shalom? Where's Shalom going to go? He's just going to stay in P11. Now, coming up, is this Rocco? No, it's Nathan. Nathan goes P5 with a 1:29.1, and Bakker improves, going P5, pushing Nathan down to P6. Bakker going even quicker with a 1:29.1. Rocco staying where he is with a 1:29 flat, not improving on his time completely. Wonder if there was an invalidation there. But now we see Justas coming up to the line. As we see NSX Connor going into P3 with a 1:28.8, just improving on his teammate by 6 milliseconds. Oh, crikey. And ladies and gentlemen, that is our grid here at COTA. Crikey, I need a drink after that. Oh, actually we've got Raggy. Where's Raggy gonna go? He calls Rag. And that is a voice crack, I repeat, that is a voice crack. And that's Rag going into the pits. Here's our final order for the for the USA Grand Prix here at INL. Connor just nicking P3 over Montana, his NSX teammate, by 6 milliseconds, and pushing Rocco down to actually P5. Here I'm back. Obviously we had Nathan going into P5, however Bakker immediately pushing him down there, improving by Nathan by 2/10. So the grid is a bit more compact as I'd like to have seen it in terms of timing. However, we could see a bit of different things in the race, so just stay tuned everybody. This could be very spicy. So Here we are. Just going to read our starting grid then for the USA Grand Prix. So we've got Rel Assassin in P1, Ecos Arcolo P2, NSX Connor in P3, NSX Montana in P4, Rel Rocco in P5, Iwan Baka in P6, P7 is Rel Nathan, P8 is Ecos Mazepin, P9 is Makar Leto, P10 is Justas, P11 is LV, P12 is Pieta, P13 is Baraka, P14 is Luke, P15 is LR Tim, and P16 is E Kozrag, who just couldn't get a lap in as he joined a bit too late on in the session. So there you are, ladies and gentlemen. That is actually our starting grid for the USA Grand Prix here at INL. I hope you're enjoying it so far. Now, we don't have a race, so we have lots of people just starting on softs and not going on the mediums. So hopefully we can see a few people on the alternate strategy who are actually starting outside the top 10, but we're not sure here, so we will actually we'll find out when we're lining up on the grid for the formation lap. People just making sure strategy and editing strategy now and everything like that, so just preparing to go on to the grid here. Hoping everyone is enjoying the race. Obviously, if you're enjoying it so far, please subscribe. It would mean the world to us here at INL, pushing for 200 subscribers here on the channel. Currently on around 130, I do believe. Here we are then, just going to put on the everything here for us. So here we are then, we are currently with Rel Assassin on board with him, and I was right, we have people P11 downwards apart from Luco 5 who have gone on the alternate strategy. So we have LVDH99 in the AlphaTauri on the hard compound tyre, so he's going to be very vulnerable off the start. However, once they have worn in and he is away, people are pitting, that's really going to benefit the AlphaTauri driver. Then in P12 we have Pieta TM, who's on the mediums, P13 in Baraka Cap Shalom on the mediums, and then obviously the outsider of the outside points is Luke, who is starting on the softs, and then we have LR Tim VR64, who's on the mediums, closely followed by E Kozrag, who didn't manage to get a lap in, but has started on the mediums as well. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone else is starting on the soft compound of tyre, as is what they qualified on. So we have Assassin and Arcolo leading out front. Obviously Arcolo was sitting on provisional pole for the majority of that qualifying session until Assassin took it off him, nicking it by, I believe, what was 6 milliseconds. So it's going to be very, very equal if they can convert their qualifying pace into race pace. And then we have the two NSX drivers of Connor and Montana. Montana currently our championship leader here, so he'll be hoping to regain his form, and he has not lost a race yet currently in INL. So he's got a lot of pressure and he's got a lot of things to live up to. So Montana, hopefully he can continue that record and give us all a good race here, coming from P4 to P1. Can it happen? Please write your predictions in the chat if you haven't already. I'm going to go for a Arcolo win. Assassin, oh, I'm not sure actually. I won't decide. I'm not gonna jinx anything. Obviously Arcolo now is gonna have the inside line going into turn 1 as he started P2. So everyone just waiting for the rest of the grid to line up here at Circuit of the Americas. Hoping everyone's enjoying it so far, as we are round 5 here in INL. Just waiting for the 5 red lights now. Hopefully I can get a better camera angle. Please say I can. Here we are. 3, 4, 5 red lights here at Kota. And away we go here at the INL Kota. Now what can Arcolo do going into turn 1? Very good start by everybody. And what's going to happen? I'm going to try and get position changes. We have a few drivers going wide and a Mercedes spinning. Assassin has now pulled away, and we have the McLaren driver of Rel Nathan going into P2 and Ecos Mazepin into P3, and that seems to be Rel Rocco has gone into the wall, losing the complete of, well, his whole wing, as we have a safety car here, and we haven't even got through the first sector. Now this is just going to show how the race is going to be, and now let's just go and review how our start has been as we're just leading up to the safety car. So Rel Nathan has really benefited from this start, going from P7 all the way to P2. What a start there. Same with Mazepin going from P8 to P3, and NSX Justas going from P10 to P4. NXX Montana has been unfortunate enough to lose a position on his way out. Has he got any damage? No, he doesn't. He's made it through the first lap very cleanly. Iwan Bakker, however, has kept it and has got no damage. What about Arcolo? He's dropped a lot of positions. Doesn't seem to have any visible damage. Not sure of the reason why, but we have lots of people who have actually gone up the positions, but then we have people who have lost lots of positions. Take into account NSX Connor going from P3 all the way down to P13, and that one has got to hurt. Hopefully he can bring his race back. And Makar Leto going all the way down from P11 all the way to P15, and Rel Rocco also has lost the whole of his front wing. I saw him through the S's just go straight into the wall, and this means he has dropped down all the way from P5 to P16. So now we're just having our drivers come up to the safety car. We have a few people pitting, and this is NSX Justas in the pits. What compound of tyre will the Williams driver go on? He's going to go on the mediums. Wonder why. He didn't seem to have any damage, unless he's just going for the strategy around here now. So now let's just go through stops, and this is who has stopped. We've got Justas, Montana, Rocco, Macaletto, Connor, and Pieta right at the back. So now let's have a look what tyres these guys have put on in the lap 1 chaos. They've all gone on the harder compound tyre, not refreshing on the softs. So yeah, this so we have oh my, brilliant, it's screwed up, but anyways, we have Carletto, Rocco, Connor and Montana all on hard compound, all on medium compound tyres, apart from Rocco, who has gone on the hard. He's going to go for the long run here. Don't ask me about strategy. I'm not too sure around Kota and what it's like with soft tyres and medium tyres, how long they will fully last. So here we are then. This is our starting well, not starting, but this is our safety car lineup. Just in the first lap here. Just only got a few people left on soft, so we have Assassin, Nathan, Mazepin, Iwan Bakker, Arcolo and Luco 5HD. These guys have now stayed onto their tyres. They haven't took the chance to pit, and they've just gone onto the soft compound of, well, God, they've kept onto the soft compound tyre. Wonder when the safety car will be coming in though. It's probably going to stay out another lap. Let's just quickly bring up the track map for everybody to see in comparison where the drivers are. So we've just got Rel Rocco and Macaletto coming around the final sector now, trying to catch up to everyone. Here we are then. All I can say is he went from P2 all the way down to, I believe it was P7 or something, but now he's back in contention. P5 on, running on the soft compound of tyre, 2 lap old soft I should add, but I should really say no lap old soft, as the safety car has been out for every single lap we've raced in so far. Safety car hopefully be coming in this lap, as we're just going through, well, just going into sector 2 now. We see drivers now warming up their tyres erratically, trying to get temperature into their tyres as they feel that the safety car will be coming in this lap. Not confirmed yet, however, I will let everyone know, and it just has been confirmed. Safety car in this lap, ladies and gentlemen. Lap 3 out of 28 here at COTA in INL Round 5 Division 1. Assassin and Co are just warming up tyres like they have nothing to lose. This is really what they need, and this isn't what Montana needs to keep his perfect run here in INL. Perfect run, by that I mean not dropping any points. He's only dropped 1 point, and that wasn't from fastest lap, so that just shows the pressure he's got on him this race to really deliver and hopefully you know, do well in this race. So now we have safety car is in, and away we go. The restart from Assassin, very well done. Is Nathan going to get close? No, it seems to be Assassin's pulled away, but Mazepin now into turn 1 is very close with his teammate Iwan Bakker right behind him, only 3/10 behind. Very close between these two now. Very good restart there from the Racing Point driver of Assassin. Now he's got a 6/10 gap away from Rel Nathan. These boys are all soft runners, and they are their initial softs. So not sure what's going to be happening with the mediums, with medium runners. Ooh, sorry, and how this is going to play in to this strategy at the rest of the race. So here we are then, the grid, no overtakes I believe from the safety car restart drivers, using all of the track that is available to them. Going into turn 12 we see a couple of lockups there from a couple of drivers. Going from P7 downwards, everyone is on the harder compound of tyre, the mediums and the hards. Majority of them are on the mediums. Probably the preferred tyre to start on in the race. I know you can go soft medium around here if you look after your tyre quite easily. So yeah, as we see Rag overtake Connor and Nathan, gets a 3-second time penalty immediately after the restart, as Assassin has gone fastest with a 1:34.1. But yeah, we see Rag and Connor battling it out quite a bit. Obviously Rag was just overtaken, and now has been overtaken back by Connor. Oh, we see Ecos Mazepin get very handy out of turn 9. A lot of wheel spin, and we see the two Alfa Romeos coming together around turn 11. We saw Iwan Bakker just sending it on the inside of Mazepin, as Arcolo has got Mazepin now. Can he get Iwan Bakker? No, he is too far back from that, but Mazepin has got him back. What's going to go and happen into turn 12? Nothing has happened, as we see Iwan Bakker cutting the move off via the Haas driver, so Arcolo can't make a move. And now they're going side by side into turn 13, 14, 15 and 16, these series of corners, and he gets a way better exit on the exit of turn 15. Arcolo's going to go on the outside, it's going to go the long way around of turn 18, can't get the move done. Mazepin stays in P4. What a great little series of battle between Arcolo and Mazepin through the final sector of this race, and we see DRS has enabled this lap, so we're going to see Arcolo going for a move on Mazepin down to turn 1. Can he make it stick? Going on the outside of turn 1, a little bit of contact, going wide on the exit of turn 1 into turn 2, and he hasn't lost the position, but he hasn't got the move done. A little bit of car bashing and barge board bashing there between the two COS drivers, and that is allowed Iwan Bakker, who made the overtake on Mazepin, out into turn 11 on on the straight, as we see Nathan going very wide, but who made the overtake and is now 1.5 seconds in front of them both after they've been battling. So now let's just keep an eye on Iwan Bakker, looking like he's got some exceptional pace on these 5-lap-old softs. Getting very close to Nathan now. DRS obviously activated this lap. Down this DRS straight, one of the two very long ones here, as we see Arcola get past Mazepin. He's made the move done, he's got the move done into turn 12, and there we are. Arcola now, his next target is the other Alfa Romeo driver of Iwan Bakker. Can Arcola do it? That is my question before a pit stop is happening between these drivers. But what I can notice though is Bakker is still very close to Nathan, but can Mazepin get close to Arcola due to Arcola not having any DRS along here? Little lock up there from Bakker. Obviously down the start-finish straight now, Nathan is a lot quicker than Bakker currently. In a straight line, obviously. I feel like Bakker is quicker through the first 2 sectors, and we see Nathan going into the wall. Front right end plate damage, and this is a sector 1 yellow flag. No VSE, no safety car, as the driver hasn't retired. That's really unfortunate for the rail driver in the McLaren, but this is a chance as Rag retires from the session. Now this is a virtual safety car. What's gone on here? I'm not too sure, I haven't seen it, but Rag just looks like he's gone and spun in, well, through turn 2. I'm really not sure what's happened there, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully Rag can give us a little bit of more insight within the Discord server. However, now this calls for a virtual safety car. Could this be an opportunity for Assassin to pull away even further than Bakker? I've seen a few things on Twitter that the virtual safety car after the new patch on this week has actually been screwing a few drivers' races up due to Delta and all of that fun stuff. However, this pushes up Arcola into P3 and Bakker into P2. So no overtaking needed for Arcola or Bakker there to advance. But that is hugely unfortunate for Nathan, and we see Macarletta getting a virtual, a drive-through penalty, and that's the exact thing I'm talking about. Probably due to some Delta glitch there from Macarletta. That's very unfortunate for him. But yeah, it's... And now we see the soft strategy. The pit window is open for the hard tyre. This looks to be what Assassin's actually on. We have a sector 3 yellow flag. Not sure what's gone on here, and it's Nathan spinning again. It could be. Looks like it was Rag and Pieta. As Pieta's diving into the pits, and they were the two ones battling out at the back. That's really unfortunate for the Ecos driver. I'm sure we'll get a bit more insight on what's happened there. But just currently going through our grid after our after our safety cars, we see Arcola picking up the first penalty of the race. And yeah, there we have it. I say that, and LV gets a penalty. There we are. That's that just sums it up, doesn't it? So we have Rel Assassin in P1, Iwan Bakker in P2, Ecos Arcola in P3, Ecos Mazepin in P4, Baraka Cap Shalom in P5, as we see the Leonis driver of LR, Tim VR, making a move on Luke, and Tim spins. Oh no, nice little rhyme there from me. However, that means Luke gets a position upwards, and I don't believe Tim has any damage. No, he doesn't. It just looks like a driver error there from the Leonis driver. We have Luke, who's currently in P6, and NSX Connor, NSX Montana have just advanced one position, obviously due to Tim's little mistake there. No damage from the LR driver, which is nice. And is he going to make a move, or is he going to do anything going into turn 20? But no! We see Montana pitting, and Montana not having the greatest race of them all at the moment, which is unfortunate, seeing that he's won every race in the league so far. But let's just go up to the front runners again. Here we are, the battle for P3 or P2, just getting a bit more spreaded out now, as we're heading through the race a little bit more. Two of the Ecos drivers in P3 and P4, and then Iwan Bakker and a relentless driver, I believe, of Assassin is currently having a stonking race and is 2.1 seconds ahead of P2. So he's doing very well at the moment. Is Assassin, obviously the guy who qualified on pole, but the guy who qualified on P2 is coming for that position, and so is Iwan Baka. Baka has had a really good race so far, been rather unaffected by events unlike the others. So yeah, here we are then. Arcola going to get ever so closer to Baka, hopefully making a move in the first in a couple of laps. And we see Raul Nathan picking up another penalty, I believe, or is that his first one, as we see a sector 3 yellow flag. Not sure what's gone on there, and the Mazepin has picked up a 3-second time penalty as well. So his chance of getting Arcolo via penalty has completely gone out the window. Not sure what's going on with Mazepin there, however. As we see another sector 3 yellow flag, I wonder, is this LR Tim spinning again? It doesn't seem to be. Oh, it could be. Has anything happened to Tim? He's spun again. Around turn 20. Oh, and he's just gone into the wall. That's a bit silly. But yeah, there we are. That's Tim spinning again for everybody. Like a little ballerina out there at the moment is Tim VR. However, that's 2 sector 3 spins for Tim. Maybe a problem with the setup. Not how he wanted his race to be going so far. And Tim's retired, and this calls for another virtual safety car, everybody. Now we're only in lap 10 and we've seen 3 safety cars over there, 2 virtuals and 1 full. Now this is interesting. This is interesting. As we see Baka pitting now, and this is a perfect time really for drivers to start pitting, and we see Arcolo getting a drive through penalty because of his delta, sorry, lost for words there. And again, this is the thing that drivers have been saying, it's just these virtual safety cars have really been ruining races, and it looks like it's could have possibly really affected Arcola's race. So this is not what we wanted to see for him. Probably should have pitted under the virtual safety car, actually. If we just go to the gap to leader quickly. Here we are. So Assassin is currently net P1. Or is he? No, Baka's net P1, my mistake. Who's overtaken Assassin in the pits is what looks like. No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. Sorry, Assassin is net P1. Who's just pitted for new mediums. Very smart move there from the Racing Point driver. Arcolo is currently on 10 lap old softs and with a drive-through penalty. So this is really going to affect him. So he's essentially losing 40 seconds of time here, which will push him right down the order, which is unfortunate. So here we are then, we see Arcolo coming in for his stop. Well, I say stop, his drive-through. What is it with these gearbox glitches? I can't stand them. But Iwan Baka now is currently going to be he's not well, he has came out in front of Arcolo, but Arcolo, we've got to remember, Arcolo's got to pit again, and we see now he's got blistering on his front left tyre, which again is not ideal. So yeah, Let's just go with Assassin. Oh, is he shot down the outside of Arcolo? I really wasn't expecting that. I'm not sure what happened. My telemetry did screw up a little bit there, but Assassin now has overtaken Arcolo. Now this just shows the power of these fresh mediums that Assassin is on. Sorry for the yawn there, everybody, but Assassin's really going to be benefiting from this now. He's going to have a cracking lead ahead of Bakker now and everyone else. Here we are then, Assassin's net P1 as we speak. That pit under virtual safety car came at a brilliant time for the Racing Point driver. He's really benefited well from this. Rail Nathan getting a 3-second time penalty. That's another one added onto his time. Let's just go with Carletto. Closest geezer on track to the guy in front. Oh, he's drifting quite a bit going through there, and he does get a 3-second time penalty for a little corner cut. Carletto had a really bad first lap actually. He really shrunk down the order, but now he's back up into the points for Red Bull. His teammate Pieter is currently P13, who got involved in an incident with Ecos Rag. But back to the point, this means Carletto is P9. With a penalty, Montana behind him currently does not have one, the championship leader, keeping it very consistent. Carletto getting close to Luke now. Luke doesn't have DRS, obviously, however Carletto does. So this is where he's going to be a huge advantage, as we see Arcolo getting a penalty. And this just shows how Arcolo's race has changed. The boy was in P2, P3, and now he's down to P12, all because of a silly safety car glitch. Now this is just not on Cody's. It's just not on. Call for a change. It screwed so many drivers up, and we've just witnessed it here now. So we see just us getting overtaken by LVDH, but LVDH drops back and well defended by Just Us by the looks of it. So we'll just go on with these two now as we're going through the Sector 1S's. Nice little corner cut there from LV by the looks of it. As we see Assassin overtaking Rocco as well now. Yeah, Assassin's doing very well on these new mediums, and we see Nathan retiring from the session. I'm not sure if that's a retirement in pits, it could be, but yeah, I'm not sure what's happened there. But we see Assassin now on these fresh medium tyres is just shooting up the order now into the podium places. His teammate Baraka Cup Shalom is currently in P1, provisional P1, on his old mediums, and Assassin is net P1 in new mediums. So I wonder how this is going to work out with the two Racing Point drivers, but it could be some very, very handy points for them here. Try and load up the constructors standings for everyone here. Still not working. Oh, isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely? Let's go with Connor as he's getting ever closer to the Racing Point in P1, and that is Shalom. And Connor, what tyre, how old tyres is he on? Let's have a look, ladies and gents. He's on 12 lap old mediums, locking up very, very often. Only 2 lap younger tyres than Shalom. However, Connor looking like the quicker driver here, and Assassin is quite far behind, 7 seconds to be exact. And yeah. I'm just reading the chat now, and I see my camera settings are being dissed. They're awful. I don't even. Yeah, I just don't have good camera settings. It's quite sad. But yeah, here we are. Then we have Shalom. His tyres are absolutely gone. Camera. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know why I'm reading that now. Shalom is. His tyres are really blistered. Same with Connor's and Shalom. What can Shalom do just to fend off Connor now? I'm wondering how much longer Shalom can go. This is the question that everyone will be asking. And he can't go any longer. He's going to pit this lap. Where is Shalom going to come out? Now let's have a look. Let's go on to the detail. Sorry. We'll go on to the leader. And he will come out in P13 by the looks of it. He's going to come out dead last. No, he's not. My mistake. He'll come out hopefully around P10. Or P6. I cannot read. I really can't read. Wow. But Arcolo's retired from the session. What's happened there? Arcolo, the guy who has looked so strong throughout this race, like he's gonna pack it in, and he has. I'm not sure what's happened there with Arcolo. It's a sector 3 yellow flag, so unless the boys spun through there, I am really not sure. But crikey, that's not good for the Ecos driver. He was right in contention for the race earlier before he did get that drive-through penalty. However, now he has, but that's got out the window, obviously because he's DNF. Just seeing now that the driver was in P3 and P3 in the championship, funnily enough. Rail Rocco really come back strong this race. He was unfortunate enough to be caught up in some lap 1 drama, losing his whole front wing, and he's fought back all the way from last to P3 on these hard tyres, keeping it very oh my god, I was just going to say he's keeping it very consistent then, and he's just kind of got a penalty. But yeah, he was keeping it very consistent, and he's got a penalty now, but he's still got a lot of pace on these hards and a lot to give. So you see now Ricardo unfortunately leaving the session. We see NSX Connor now leading this race, and we should have just over 8 laps to go now as we're entering the final stages of the race here. Ecos Mazepin getting very, very close to Shalom now, and this looks like it could be a very good points for Rocco. Not for Rocco, sorry, Racing Point. Now let's have a look at stops. So everyone's made at least a stop now. Drivers have made 3 stops like just us. That probably has been a one-off thing. But yeah, Baraka has had a great has had a great race so far, as we see a few drivers have got penalties, and we see LV getting another penalty there. So yeah, here we are. Let's go on to tyres, and Rocco will be due a pit stop very soon. Maybe he's just waiting out for his for maybe a safety car to come in. I'm not too sure, as we see Assassin take the lead of the race. Probably should have been on with that. As Connor has now pitted as well, so that's how he's taken the lead of the race. Connor's now on fresh softs as we've entered the 20 lap mark, and this means there is 8 laps to go around Kota now. Oh, Connor's getting inside of turn 15, and he's going to get clear of Montana, but Montana will actually have the DRS. As Connor's getting close to Mazepin now, Connor could be on for a very good race here, assuming as he is on fresh softs, but it's looking also very good for Racing Point here, as their current 2 drivers are on the podium, one in P1 and one in P3. This is looking very strong for the both of them. Getting ever so close now, going on the DRS straight from turn 11 to turn 12. He's got the move done. Yes, he has. Connor has got the move done on Mazepin, pushing him up to P4. just the race starting to thin out a bit now. Drivers trying to get, well, are getting spread out a bit as we're just coming into the final few little bits of the race. This is just because obviously now we're going to have drivers being more cautious, just making sure everything is set up for the final like couple of laps. Assassin has drove a stellar race. He's on 10 lap old mediums and he's looking very strong on them as well. Wonder when Rocco's going to be pitting as he is on these 19 lap old hards. Montana now getting very close to Eco's Mazepin. I really don't like that name. Can Montana get a move done maybe to push himself up into P5? Now, if he doesn't get the win, then this will be one of the only races, well, the only race Montana has not taken a winner. So breaking the trend would be a nice thing to see. As we see Justice making the move on Luke 05, and he has to seem to get it stuck and done, but we're just going to stay with these two for now. TV's going to turn off in 3 minutes, it's not very good. Here we are then. We've got Montana going very, very close now to Mazepin. And what can Montana do? So we're entering literally the final few laps of the final few laps of the race now. Sector 1, Sector 2, yellow flag. That looks like it's Baraka Cup Shalom. Oh, and he's gone off. This isn't good at all. Oh, and he's crashed. That doesn't seem to be a retirement though. He's just lost his whole front wing. Now this is quite sad for the Racing Point driver now. They were in such a good position, both of them, to score some really nice points there. However, now Baraka has spun and now is dipping down, and he'll most likely finish last now because of the what happened with that previous crash. Yeah, I'm so tired. Penultimate lap here now at Kota, just coming up to the final few corners now. Into the final sector. Can Connor do anything to get Assassin? Or is Assassin just too quick on these mediums? There we are then, final lap. Now here we are then, just coming up to the final sector here, and Connor has got Assassin going in to turn 12. Now can Connor make the move stick as Assassin's braking later, going into turn 13 and 14, little bit of wheel rubbing, and it looks like Connor has made the move stick, going around turn 15 now, and Connor did lock up a little bit. But now, through turns 17 and 16 and all of that shebang, looks like Connor is going to win the United States Grand Prix in INL. And he's coming around the final corner, and here he is, Connor, winning the US Grand Prix Kota at INL Division 1 Round 5, taking all 25 points available to him. What a race there from the NSX driver. Great comeback race there. Obviously getting involved in a tangle. Lap 1, and there we are. That is very, very, very well done. And Assassin there, great drive. Unfortunately not converting pole into P1. But here we are then. This is your final order, ladies and gentlemen, for the Kota Grand Prix. NSX Connor in P1, Rel Assassin in P2, Rel Rocco in P3, NSX Montana in P4, Ewan Backer in P5, P6 is Econ Mazepin, in P7 is NSX Justas, P8 is Luke 05HD, P9 is LVDH, P10 is Pieta TM, and P11 is Micaletto, and P12 coming around the final corner now is Baraka Capshal on P13. All DNF'd is Cos Arcolo, and then from then onwards everyone has unfortunately retired from the race due to their own reasons. There we are then, driver of the day voted for from the game is Luco 5HD, having a good race, going from out of the points into the points. And here we are then, going to see all of the drivers on the podiums now. Here he is, our race winner, NSX Connor. Picking up all points available, I believe. Maybe he didn't get the fastest lap, I'm not too sure. So you see James Allison there. But yeah, what a race from the NSX driver there. That is very, very well done. And he didn't get the fastest lap. Fastest lap was Baraka Capshalom with a 1:37.07. So there we are, everybody. I today have been your commentator, Coswell, and I will see you next week in Monaco. Thank you very much for watching.